Hi, I'm here to talk about Mira from K-pop Demon Hunters. Mira um, was a character that quickly stood out to me, and didn't take a long time for me to become a fan of her. And Mira's not a super friendly character, but she has a lot of personality, and in my opinion, a really great personality. She has a lot of coolness to her. It feels like there's a lot of gothic charm to her. And I feel like she's a character that would be easy to make either really cool or really unlikable. And I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters really takes Mira in the really cool direction. With her being the least friendly of the K-pop Demon Hunters, and with her having a pessimistic side and voicing some doubts and not being the most compassionate, I feel like it would have been very easy for her to seem like an unlikable, unpleasant character to have around. But I really feel like that's not the case for Mira, where it feels like she has some sassiness to her, but it does feel like there's a lot of genuine care and compassion to her. Like, I really feel like she really loves Rumi and Zoe, and it feels like the interactions she has with them feel very genuine, and even if she gets annoyed and has some concerns, I feel like she expresses herself in a way that I feel like Rumi and Zoe understand and have an attachment to. And I feel like even though she can come across as not the nicest of people, I feel like she is a very good friend to both Rumi and Zoe. And I feel like she has understandable reasons to be concerned. Rumi is going through a lot and isn't sharing much with her, and Rumi has very understandable reasons to want to keep what's going on a secret, but it's perfectly understandable why Mira would be concerned about her friend, especially when things are getting very scary and lots of difficult things are going on. It's very admirable of Mira, look after her friend, and I feel like there's some good interactions between Rumi and Mira where it feels like there's a little bit of tension between them because of the secrets and stuff, but it also feels like there's a lot of care. Um, so I particularly like her interactions with Rumi. I feel like that's who she has the best chemistry with. But I feel like she and Zoe get along well. I feel like it could have been very easy where Zoe makes silly jokes and Rumi acts well, well, uh, somewhat understanding, and Mira gets very annoyed by Zoe. I feel like it could have been the typical dynamic of the silly one, the easily annoyed one, and I feel like that's not really what Zoe and Mira are like together. It feels like Mira likely doesn't love every joke and every silly thing Zoe does, but feels like Mira has enough of her own silly qualities and appreciates what Zoe brings to the team. I feel like there's a lot of respect and love between the three of them, and it feels like they really care about, I think, their manager, Bobby. It feels like there's a lot of love out there, even if in Mira's case it feels more subtle than Rumi and certainly more subtle than Zoe. So I really like the character, and I appreciate her even more on a second viewing because I feel like her insecurities and her hiding herself to a certain extent, like Rumi is, but not to the same degree. I feel like that came out more to me, and I feel like she is important to the plot, even if she doesn't get the type of focus that Rumi does. And do I want to see more of Nira? Absolutely. I love the character. I feel like Rumi is such a great protagonist that I want her to be the overall main protagonist of the franchise. That would, at least at the current time, my personal preference. Because I love Rumi as a character so much. I feel like she does such a fantastic job of making the first film as good as it is. But I would like Mira to get more of her character explored, maybe a little bit more character development. So a little bit more of the focus, but not to the point of replacing Rumi as the main protagonist. And I don't know how many things in the K-pop demon franchise there will end up being. I don't know if it's going to be several sequels. I don't know what could happen. So if there are lots of things, like if there's a TV show or something, I feel like there's plenty of opportunities to give Mira stories that can focus on her without her completely taking over the franchise. So, so far, I love Mira as a character, regardless of what comes later. I think I'll likely keep enjoying the character, and I do want to see more of her, but already from the first film, I know that I'm a fan of the character.